Sharim, we're up to chapter 9. We're talking about mafsidei rizut, things that make you lose your motivation and swiftness for doing the mitzvot. We said number one is where a person thinks this world is to enjoy. So therefore, that's why he's lazy. He wants to sleep in because he thinks this world is for sleeping. He thinks this world is for enjoyment. So therefore, anything that takes away his enjoyment, why? I wanted to enjoy, I want to relax. No, this world is to work. Yes, you need a break, you need a vacation, no problem. Take it. But come back with the intention of being able to do the work. Don't think that this is the end goal. YOLO, you only live once, enjoy your life, kaifuyim, that's the point of life. No, the point is to take a break, but come back stronger, come back ready to work. Adam la'amal yulad, Eov says, a man is born to labor. And really that's the only way he'll be able to be happy. From this, that you hustle and bustle and overcome difficulty, your soul gets its fulfillment, not just from enjoyment. That's your body. Your body at the end of the day will not be lasting. Okay, good. Then he says the next mafsid of zrizut, the next thing that loses your zrizut is rova pahat. Megodel amora min azman v'toldotav. He says that a lot of times people have anxiety. People have nervousness. You tell a guy, start this new business. No, who's gonna buy? I'm gonna make money in that business. What are you talking about? And like this, you tell him every idea. No, why? No, why? And he's nervous, he thinks he's always going to fail, so he never does anything, he never tries. So therefore that could also stop a person from doing a mitzvah. A person says, I'm going to finish Shas. I'm going to go every day and pray nets. But a guy says, who am I kidding? I'm going to wake up, probably going to oversleep. Who am I kidding? I'm going to do the first 2 pages, and then I'm going to give up. I'm going to miss this page, that page. No point in trying. So he's always thinking negative, so that blocks him from being excited to do the mitzvah. The anxiety locks him up. So therefore he says a person has to learn to overcome this. How do you overcome this? He's number one, you have to have emunah in Hashem. A person has to know Hashem made you the certain height you are, the certain money you have, certain family you're born to, certain type of Jew you are, or a certain health situation, certain marriage situation you have. All these things, Hashem gave you this exactly for you to be successful. Hashem didn't put you in this situation for you to fail. He didn't set you up for failure. You have to believe in Hashem that if He put you here and He commanded you, that means He believes you could be successful with the way and the situation and the details that you have. And you have to believe that. And if you don't, you're lacking in emunah. And number two is, a lot of times a person has low self-esteem. He thinks that, who am I, and I'm not good, and I won't be successful. There's other people who are better than me. I won't make money. The competition is always going to beat me. There's no point in trying. And it comes from a low self-esteem that he doesn't believe. You have to have some sort of an ego. You have to have something for Hashem. You have to be excited for Hashem. You have to know that Hashem created you. That means you have a mission. You have to stand up for yourself, right? Even if the world you're the last person on earth, God would make the sun rise for you. That's why Hashem created Adam alone, to teach you that every single person, he's like Adam Rishon. Hashem will create the world just for you. But obviously you don't have to blow off people and have gava. But within yourself, you have to be motivated to. I can't wait for somebody else to do my job. I have to do my job. I have to do it. If not, so then if I'm not for myself, who is for myself? So therefore, those two things you have to remember in order to overcome this anxiety of trying to do the mitzvot. You don't anticipate failure. Anticipate success. And because I did my part, Hashem will do the rest. There's many stories of people who did wondrous things, and they asked them, "How'd you do it?" I have no idea. I don't know. Hashem did everything. I tried, Hashem did the rest. So he says, Shema Tomar, right? It says in the Torah, you're not allowed to go and rely on a miracle. And the Torah says we have to take you have to guard yourself very much. He says that only applies by real sakana. That's by a very big risk, right? You're not allowed to go and do an activity that has a huge risk. That's a danger to your life, right? So therefore, but what about going to shul? Oh, that's not a huge risk. Or going to work, or going to maybe something will happen to me on the street. Okay, well, there's a big risk whenever any person drives. But at the end of the day, the people drive and they're safe and nothing happens to them, and you have a little bit of anxiety. You have a little bit of a traumatization. So okay, so that you have to work on that. You have to overcome it. If I'm telling you, go into a very dangerous place, nobody ever came out of there. Okay, fine. That's where you don't tightrope. You're not a professional tightrope walker. Yeah, don't try to tightrope over a huge crevice. But to go in the street and to like be a regular person, that you have to overcome your anxiety, overcome your low self-esteem. He says, and specifically, you have to remember not to lose the previous chapter. What's the previous chapter? Previous chapter we said zehirut, careful not to do sins. Zrizut is about being motivated and excited to start the mitzvah and to finish the mitzvah. But when you're doing this, be careful not to forget about zehirut. We said that Pinchas Ben Yair says it's a ladder. We're climbing the ladder, the Mesilat Yesharim, the path of the just, to get all the way to the level of Ruach HaKodesh. But you have to, once you acquire this, you have to keep this and get to the next step, because if you lose this, then we fall back down. Person who's trying to grow and do, and he's excited and he's not lazy to do mitzvot, but he's still falling in the averot, so you can't continue. You're not going to be able to get the next rung. You're going to fall back down. So therefore, a person has to know, when will you be able to fight your Yetzer Hara tremendously and be able not to be lazy? You have to keep zehirut. You have to be careful to avoid as much sin as possible. That way you'll have the strength and the holiness to be able to overcome the Yetzer Hara of laziness, because that laziness is a higher level. And it says, like, some people, they want to learn Kabbalah right away, right? They want to learn Kabbalah without learning the basic halacha, basic Torah, basic Chumash, right? And sometimes if you go out of order, what happens to the person? The person can become delusional. The Zohar says if you don't have Zuchut, it could be you lose your mind. Right? There's a lot of people we know like this. They lost their mind because they studied Kabbalah too early. So therefore, a person has to be careful also spiritually. You won't come out spiritually healthy and normal if you're trying to jump and be on Zrizut when you don't even have Zehirut. Baruch Amen.